to be a heel when you came back after your injury because of any self-imposed parameters that you put on yourself because
No,
you're
I mean, and that's one of the things people, a lot of people ask, like, oh, he's born again. He didn't want to be a bad guy, and that wasn't all of it. I mean, because there were, I mean, like when I did the Hogan thing. I mean, that's when I worked with him. That's midway, after we started it, everyone decided like, no, we'd like him to be a little more heelish, and so I did it, and it seemed to work, but no, most of it was because if you'll notice, like even in the Hogan thing, most everybody found it funny, and they don't really, I had reached a point, and I mean this as humbly as I can say, I had reached a point to where, it's like Flair. You can make Flair, Rick a heel all you want. People are still going to cheer him. You if you're fortunate enough, you reach a point to where it doesn't really matter what your character is. People just sort of like you and respect you because of how long you've been around. So I just thought it would be pointless for me to be a heel and then go out there and work with, again, a number of these young talents who it wouldn't have mattered how much I healed on, for heaven's sakes. People were going to cheer me and boo them, and I don't think that helps them very much. That was the main reason. I mean, I was asked a couple times, but I just didn't think the people would buy it. I mean, yeah, you might think it was funny and things like that, but you thinking it funny doesn't make me a heel. So, but there was also, I mean, when we did DX, there were obviously some areas I didn't want to go into anymore, and that would have been the same if I was a heel. There are some things I simply wouldn't have done, and would that have made me not as good? Possibly. That's for sure. I mean, it's I don't want to give you the impression that it was like, oh no, I wasn't worried about it. I mean, there's I only knew how to do the job one way. And if you're not, and I just didn't want to do stuff that I'm not going to go all into. And there was a question mark there whether one, I mean, I could do that, and two, whether even if I did, if people were going to buy it or not. So there you go.
I don't think you had any problem with anybody not buying anything you did.
Well, no, but I'm just saying. I mean, people, after a while, it doesn't matter. I could sit there and knock this good guy all day long, and if the people enjoy me doing that, that doesn't do anybody any good.
One of the things that Shawn and I have talked a lot about too is we know a bunch of you guys watch the show. You know the website because you're on it right now. We'd really appreciate your input. When you see a show, if you like it, tell us. Tell us what you liked about it, and if there's something in there that you'd like to see different, or just off the wall, like you guys are asking us questions, tell us what you'd like to see. Because, I mean, that's really what it's all about, is entertaining you guys in this hunting arena, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, he's going to say that to me. If you don't hunt, I don't want to hear your feedback because you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm mostly talking to the hunters out there.
If you're not a producer, I don't want to hear what you think about production value, okay, because you don't know. All right? So, I don't know, but I'm saying, it's like me saying, look, I've been wrestling for 26 years. I want to really give me your feedback on my match. You know what? I'm just being honest with you, folks. You never once ever saw me ask anybody about feedback on my matches because unless you've done what I've done, I don't want to hear it.
Now you see, that's the follow-up to the question of what kind of heel is he?
I'm being honest.
What kind of heel is Shawn?
Yeah, I'm being honest.
That is the second question.
But things honestly, but things like hunts you'd like to see, stuff you'd like to see us go on. But I mean, if well, I'm just saying. Last time somebody was like, well, if you guys could shorten up your answers, or I don't want production tips. I mean, you can give them, but I don't listen to instruction very well. Ask him.
No, he doesn't. So. And here's the deal. Shawn has two gears. It's like the nice, mellow, humble Shawn, and then jail. That is it. Nothing in between. And when he gets riled up.
Especially now that I'm allowed to carry my gun everywhere. It's even better. No. I mean, but honestly, I mean, all kidding aside, if there are things, that you'd like to see, I mean, obviously, but again, for those of you that think, like, have you ever super kicked an animal? Can't be done, folks. You're gonna have to wake up and realize that what happens on WWE TV is, not, you're not gonna be able to go out there and super kick a real bear, a real deer. They don't just stand around like that. It's not quite how it works. So for those of you that have ever wondered, hey, have you super kicked a bear? The answer is no. And if you're waiting for that ever to happen, it won't happen.
So this next question.
It's disrespectful to the animal anyway.
So this next question. won't even go there. Okay, Johnny asks, what is the more...
Johnny!
Johnny, what's the most important element in any hunt for success?
Well, I guess it depends on what, what animal you're hunting. I mean, if it's whitetail deer, I mean, we were joking about it earlier, but I think it's scent control. But I think as a general rule, I mean, one, make sure you're proficient with your weapon.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Honestly, whatever it is you're hunting with, make sure you've practiced. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, again, everybody's got their opinions on hunting, and no matter how wrong they are, in some respects, the fact of the matter is you need to be proficient with your weapon, because the best thing you can do is get out there and get a good, clean, ethical kill. I mean, that's the most important thing.
Well, I mean, I got off an airplane late last night after delays. Josh Ishmael-Cam had driven down with my equipment. Mm-hmm. What was the first thing I did this morning?
That's me. And he's in the dark. We go and we set the target up, and he takes a couple shots to make sure everything's his weapon's still on. And he's still shooting it well, and that's what needs to get done all the time.
Because I can tell you this for a fact. I don't care how much you practice, how good you are with your bow, your gun. It doesn't matter. It's not an exact science. And are there going to be times I'm going to fail? Absolutely. But I'm not going to fail because of lack of practice. I'm not going to fail because I didn't keep my equipment in tune, or I didn't, do all that.
Well, plus, I mean, and shooting at a target's a whole different story. I mean, I don't know how many of you have heard of what they call buck fever, but it's real.
Right.
And, you got a big animal, any animal, walking out in front of you, your heart starts pounding, the adrenaline starts flowing. You need to, if you want to, really try to make it as live as you can, run about 5 wind sprints, and then pick up your bow, right, and then go for your target, or your rifle or whatever.
And then if you shoot the arrow just a little back, there'll be people that'll write in and just say, well, that wasn't a great shot or whatever. And, all I can tell you is that what you see on outdoor television, at least with McMillan River Adventures, it's the real thing. I mean, it's how it happened. It's how it unfolded. And if the shot is a couple inches back, or the moose that I shot this year, I absolutely cracked it straight on a rib. Now, thank goodness that I got enough penetration to get into both lungs, and the moose actually died on camera for us. But, I mean, I got about that much penetration, and I'm shooting 70 pounds and doing everything I can with the...
And again, and that's the thing. Remember, there's going to be, 1,000, people from the bleachers. It's the way it always is. And it was like that in wrestling. And that's why, again, I joke about, don't give us any ideas. But you have to understand, that no matter how much practice, there's always going to be somebody, on the sidelines telling you, it's not good enough, or you need to work on this, you want to work on that. There's always going to be somebody that knows more than you. You just got to make sure you find out the ones who really do know more than you, and have them help you out. And again, first and foremost, practice.
And you know what, Josh Ishmael-Cam? Come here, Josh Ishmael-Cam. I think we should put Josh Ishmael-Cam in here, because he just raised a very important point that he texted to me.
Yeah.
Well, come right over here.
There he is.
This is...
That's not Barry. That's Josh.
Oh, Barry.
What did you want to remind him, Josh Ishmael-Cam?
That fan favorite voting for the Outdoor Channel ends December 26th, so the day after Christmas.
And we'd like to win.
Yes, and he should win.
Yes.
So, I think you're on the website.
Right,
the group. So you're right on the website right now. So before you log off, go to we've made it simple for you. Dwayne has made it so simple that even I can figure it out. Press the buttons, vote for MRA, right?
Okay, I got work to do. 7 minutes, boys.
Yeah. All
right, we're going to make a call here.
Okay.
If I can figure it out.
So you got 7 minutes, remember.
7 minutes. Okay.
We got through quite a few questions.
Yeah, I think
so. Last week, that was one of our tips, is like try to get through the questions.
Well, I think, if this is good, if you guys enjoy it, we'll keep doing it. If there's enough folks out there that give Shawn positive email back, either on Twitter or on the website, then I say we keep doing it.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay. This is a young lady named Tanisha. And she asked, I'll ask the first one while the phone's ringing, what's your favorite type of fish to catch? Tanisha, I hope you answer.
Salmon, honestly. Salmon. One day I get to go fish with my brother in Alaska for salmon. It was phenomenal. But
Zach, my son Zach, that's one of his favorite foods. Tanisha? Is this Tanisha?
Oh, God, yes.
Hey, girl, how you doing? Hey, hey, where do you live?
I live in Georgia.
Are you in
I'm
Georgia?
talk to on Twitter all the time.
Well, that's what I'm saying. What, Neff's Angel or whatever? Or?
Shawn. Yes, that's me.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, see, I told you.
Yeah, well, I'm picking these questions
Yeah.
out, and Shawn says, I think I recognize that. So any which
Yeah,
way,
very nice.
you ask what our favorite weapons are, and I don't think we don't have one that wouldn't be a favorite, do we?
Yeah, well, no, I mean, yeah, I think Keith is easily a bow guy.
Yeah.
It's a toss up between that crossbow has really grown on me.
Yeah.
I mean, I started out with rifles, and then once I picked up a bow, I really enjoyed that. And I have to be perfectly honest. I mean, now with my left shoulder so bad that shooting with a bow has gotten to be, I still enjoy it, but it's gotten to be a little bit of work. So the crossbow, I think would probably be first, then the bow, and then obviously a rifle.
And of course, we're both conceal and carry guys, so we both have handguns,
Yeah, well, I
and
mean,
we own assault weapons.
with the exception of the kids at this point, nobody in our house doesn't walk around with a gun on them. So.
All right, and do you remember your last question, young lady? Kind of an off-the-wall prediction question.
Well, was it? I have no idea, Keith.
Your
No
question,
idea what I asked.
your last question was, do you have a Super Bowl prediction?
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yes, I
well,
want to know.
well, I know. I mean, now as much as now you and I are both in the same boat. Although your Falcons are doing better than my Cowboys, but I think it's going to be very tough for anybody to beat Green Bay. But I mean, I'd like the game that I'm looking forward to seeing. Obviously, I don't think it won't be in the Super Bowl because they're both in the same division. Is New Orleans and Green Bay. I want to see Rodgers against Drew Brees because I think they're both having the best years of any two players in the league. And
Both class acts.
oh yeah, great guys. But I would prefer New Orleans if I can have Dallas in there. And Dallas isn't going to happen. But my guess is it's going to be Green Bay.
Well, I'm going all the way with the front runner. I don't think anybody beats Green Bay. I'm picking Green Bay. But while we're on predictions, I will show you. I hope you can see this. This is my Kansas City Royals Santa hat, and I am predicting that my Kansas City Royals will make the playoff. And my good friend, Shawn and I's friend, Luke Hochaver, pitcher for the Royals, is going to have a sensational year, and they're going to play the Baltimore Orioles with our good friend Luke Scott on the other side of the field.
Yeah.
How's that for my baseball prediction? Young lady, thanks for your question.
Well, hey, yeah, and I just want to say thank you very much. You have been following me from the beginning, and you're always very sweet to me, and you're always very helpful with all the stuff that goes on there. So thank you very much.
Thank you both. And can I tell you something right quick, before you hang up?
You
Sure.
bet.
Keith, I dreamed last night that you called me. That is this is the freakiest thing ever.
That's awesome.
That's great. Well,
Dreams do come true. There you go.
Well, Merry Christmas to you, young lady.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, I think that kind of sums it up. How do we beat that?
No, I think that's pretty good. I mean, I think we did it all before our, before we go off the air.
You have any rambling last thoughts?
No, I was going to say, I mean, honestly, you guys, we'll see how many people tune into this, see how much you guys like it, and don't be afraid. It doesn't always have to be hunting stuff. I know there's some people that won't tune in because it's not all wrestling stuff. But I'll still answer it. It's just, again, there's a lot of stuff about the current product that I don't know, and I don't want anybody to ever think that I'm avoiding it. It's just, strangely enough, I have a number of other interests, and so that has a tendency to take a lot of my time. But give us your feedback. Let us know how you feel. Obviously, continue to watch McMillan River Adventures on the Outdoor Channel every Tuesday night at 11:30 Eastern Time. We're going to be running through the end of the year, right? And then we're going to, take time off. Stay tuned to the website also for, we're going to be at the making appearances at the SHOT Show, the ATA show, SCI show.
Expo in Salt Lake City.
Yeah, so for any of you people that are members to any of that stuff, by all means, check it out.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.